Across Georgia, voters are casting their ballots. Early voting underway for the May 19th primary. There's a lot on the ballot, including the governor's race and a U.S. Senate seat.
But beyond the candidates, there's something else sitting on your ballot this cycle. Tonight, Carmen Brown explains what it is and what it means for your vote.
These questions are on every partisan Georgia ballot right now, and what you'll come to find is that they don't work like a typical ballot measure.
Every election cycle in Georgia, the state's political parties get slots on the primary ballot. They submit questions crafted by party leaders, submitted on their behalf, and then they're printed right along the races you came to vote on.
You really have to read all the way through and maybe read a couple of times to make sure that you're really understanding what it's asking. And it's more so, it's your personal opinion. So it's once you get it down, it's no problem with it.
Jackie Hall cast her vote in Jones County on Wednesday. This year, there are 8 non-binding questions on the Republican ballot and 2 on the Democratic ballot. The topics are all issue-loaded, things like election security, criminal justice, and taxes.
In fact, we had a voter this morning ask if there were false things on this ballot, and she was completely serious.
But here's the catch. While they look like ballot measures, these questions don't automatically create laws or set policy in motion. Instead, they function more like a poll, with feedback going to party leaders and lawmakers. Marion Hatton, Jones County election supervisor, says the questions are a way to gauge priorities.
They're not going to change anything at this time. It's just to let our legislators know, do we want to put forth our efforts into looking in this direction to pursue this subject?
And Hall says that feedback is important.
It's so important that, if they're in a position where they can help, their constituents, that's what they're there for.
After May 19th, those results are posted on the Secretary of State's website. Reporting in Jones County, Carmen Brown, 13 WMAZ News.
Hatton says answering those questions is optional and leaving them blank will not affect the rest of your ballot. Voters who choose a nonpartisan ballot won't see them at all.
If you want to see who is on your ballot before you head to the polls, you can find the sample ballot on the Georgia Secretary of State's website. You can also text the word VOTE to 478-752-1309. We can send you a link to our election guide filled with everything you need to know ahead of the primaries.